On the line, Mr. Goal Scoring, Oguchi Onyewu. What's up, boss?
How you guys doing?
Let's speak about this past weekend. Obviously, it had to feel good to get back to the national team. It's been quite a while since the World Cup. You guys got a chance to play together. It was also, good to see you instead of back in the USA colors. How'd you feel out there, man?
No, I felt good. Definitely that being the first time since South Africa to be with the national team, and to be able to go out there, confidently, and have a lot of the past year put behind me with my injury and everything, and go out there and get a goal, and almost had 2 goals. I was very happy with that.
Nice.
How's the knee?
Excuse me?
How's the knee?
Oh, the knee's fine. It'll be a year on this coming Thursday since the accident and since my injury, and I feel really good. All the testing, all of my strength, all my movement and mobility is back, and I'm feeling really good. And right now there hasn't been any issues thus far.
Now, let me ask you a question. I think last time I saw you, we were I think it was January, and we had a conversation, and I said to you, do you really think you're going to come back? And you said, yeah, I'm looking to come back to play in the World Cup. Now, I've been around and coached for a while. I thought you were absolutely crazy to even think that. And to see you for that to actually happen, I was impressed.
Shocked the world.
Now, shocked the world. There's no doubt about that. Now, was there any setbacks at that point? Because I didn't think you were going to play every game based on your knee, but were there any setbacks at that point for you?
No, I mean,
coming back that early?
No, throughout the World Cup, I didn't have any major setbacks in terms of the knee. Obviously after going 90 minutes, you have to give it some time to recover in between games and everything. But aside from that, There was no major setbacks. No.
Oh, good.
Coach, man, obviously there's a different look U.S. national team with Marisa Duke alongside you. How'd you feel out there with a new teammate playing alongside you?
Before you even answer that question, what was that about? We were having a discussion about Maurice playing center back with you. How did that come about?
Obviously, I can't comment on tactical or decisions that the coaches made, but to respond to how Maurice played, I think he's a very versatile and very talented player that's capable of playing in the back as well as the midfield. So in terms of him making that transition, it wasn't as big as a deal for him to do so as it would be for maybe another player.
Right. Fair enough. I mean, I think he's talented enough to play anywhere. But was it out of necessity? Was it out of not having enough players on the roster? I mean, what? I mean,
like I said, I'm not the coach, and I'm not going to try and answer questions that should be directed towards him. But
Gotcha.
In terms of the availability of players, and I think right now we're entering a new cycle in terms of the World Cup, and not in terms of the World Cup, in terms of the national team and the next World Cup happening 4 years from now. I think you need to be aware of the players, their strengths, and to see what they can deliver and bring to the team. And I think that's one of Maurice's qualities, that he is so versatile, and he does have the ability to do that.
Right. Coach, obviously, I think you hit it on the head. Coming into a new cycle, getting ready for the next 4 years. It definitely is pretty positive seeing, the nucleus of yourself, the veteran, and the younger players. Which players that's new to the camp or to the national program that you were pretty impressed with? anybody you could state on that's not as familiar that you think that will be, has a bright future with the national team?
I think there's a lot of players for me individually. I think Alejandro Bedoya, he's a young prospect in the midfield, and I think that he's going to have a bright future with the national team. I think Stuart Holden, who has had a very, very strong beginning of the season with Bolton in England, is definitely going to be a very important component to our team as we push forward. So I think a lot of younger players are going to start to fill the roles and start to take a lot more important roles in this team as we go along.
Definitely. And, Coach Leroy, you said really when it comes to Bedoya, I mean, realistically, we never really get a chance to see a lot of him play. He doesn't play in the MLS.
Right, we haven't.
Plays overseas.
We haven't.
Yeah, limited time in the World Cup. So it's good to get that Gooch. Well, obviously, that work with him and him. There's another player named Jermaine Jones who is new to the program, who's a solid player. Tell us a little about him and what he adds to the team as a whole.
Obviously Jermaine takes a different role than the younger players, obviously, because he's not as young. He's older. He has experience. He's been playing overseas his whole career and playing for top teams. And right now practices his trade at Schalke, which is one of the top teams in the German Bundesliga. So I think what he brings to the team is a lot of experience, a lot of maturity, and a lot of fight, because he is a very difficult player to play against, and you can see it when he's out there that he's giving 110% for his teammates.
How big is he? Coach, how big is he? I mean, he looks huge on the field.
In terms of height, I'd say Jermaine is maybe.
Is he bigger than you?
No, he's like 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot.
He's has a huge presence, but I guess anybody next to certain players looks pretty huge. But obviously his experience playing in the Bundesliga day in, day out is vital. But he also has a language barrier. Did that play a role in the game on Saturday?
No, I mean Jermaine obviously isn't completely fluent in English like a Native American would be, but
okay.
I think he knows enough English to communicate with us, and obviously he's learning as we go on, and at the moment that hasn't been an issue with us.
Now, with you guys, the result 2-2 against Poland and Chicago, coming off the pitch, were you guys satisfied with that result, or do you feel that it was a game that you guys had in hand? Were you happy for coming back? What's the mood of the team after that game?
Obviously, in any game, you have to take the positives and negative aspects of the game. I think a negative is the fact that we went ahead twice and we were able to let them back in the game. With silly errors, it definitely could have been avoided. Positives is that we created a number of chances to put the game away. And maybe on a different day, those chances would be converted into goals. But I think we did well to create chances, and we got 2 good goals out of it, and hopefully we'll build on this from game to game.